lovely, as she always is, and really had fun with that. So, I don't know if it's my connection that's freezing. I seem to be having issues here. Okay. So, anyway, so I've been wanting to create content from all the adventure we've had this last couple of days, but I just haven't had the time. So now I'm going to try to catch up when I get to New York, of course. Let me just remove the green screen. Maybe now it will let me. This is so weird. This the system seems to be freezing. I hope that I am not frozen in your screens because I am frozen in mine. So anyway, oh, there's a way to check that. So, like I said, we have like a 2 hour trip to Dallas Fort Worth. We have a 2 hour layover there, and then we will be heading back to LaGuardia Airport on a late afternoon flight, and we should be in New York by 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So all the time zone changes are also a little bit jarring, but something that's part of the travel. So we lost one day going and one day coming back. That's just the fact of the life. It's the fact of the different time zones that we are operating in. So one of the nice things about this trip is that we actually hit four states. So we hit Dallas as a transit place, St. George, Utah. I'm sorry, it gets loud. And then we also hit what you call this, Las Vegas. So Las Vegas was a last minute thing that my son and Helena had thought of, but I'm so grateful because it allowed me to meet up with MBTV. So, so that's that. Uh, and yeah, just trying to do an up. So the funny thing was, MB and I did a joint live stream for I'd say maybe a half hour at her place, and people were just. She said, "I have a special guest, and I have a guest to show you." And I joined the live stream, but I had to rejoin my son and Helena in Vegas itself. And what we did was we took MBTV's advice. Hi, digital gamer. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for saying hi. If you can give the live stream a thumbs up, that would be great. So yesterday I was just talking about one of the highlights of the evening was one visiting the Mob Museum, which which had quite a showcase. It was a little pricey, and even pricier than New York museums, but it was worth it. And then MB had suggested we explore Fremont Street, which we did. And it was a visual delight. It wasn't a very long stretch of casinos, restaurants, and other shops. But Fremont Street is definitely a must. But it's one of the places you need to visit in the evening because it's all about all the lighting and digital displays. And I think you cannot appreciate it the same way you will at night if you were to walk through during the day. Vegas was surprisingly hot, but it was Vegas. We were able to drive through some of the establishments that Vegas is known for, but we didn't get to walk because it was already late in the evening and we had to return to Kanab in Utah, which was almost a 2 hour drive back. But all in all, it was quite productive, and I'm glad that we did do the last minute trip to Vegas. So, Vegas was 3 hours more or less from Kanab, where we had stayed for 3 days to get closer to Arizona. But it was less than 2 hours to St. George, where we are now, where we spent the last evening, so we could be closer to where our flight would be. Hi, Peter. Hmm. I'm sorry, English only, but you're welcome to stay for the chat. I'm Pinay New Yorker. I'm a Filipina. I usually live stream from New York, where I live. And if you want to catch my live streams, please do subscribe and give the live stream a thumbs up there. And are you asking me, I think, if um, I can be your friend? I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I cannot flip to a translator right now, or else I might lose the live stream. Thank you for everyone who's here. Please give the live stream a thumbs up. Most of my content is about New York, but when I travel, like during this vacation, I will be producing some content about, well, Zion National Park, the Antelope Canyons, also about Bryce National Park, and of course, Las Vegas. So, Vegas is a place that's really very visually stimulating to visit. Um, there were a lot of people. It was hot, but I heard it could have been worse. So we were in a very good place weather-wise. Of course, it's nothing compared to New York, but one thing that really awed us was the scenery. The landscape was just amazing. So it is something I think that you, if you can, should try and see for yourself because pictures just don't do them justice. I mean, no matter how good a photographer you are or how great your camera may be, these natural formations, canyons and rocks and everything. Oh, that one, I know, the last one. Thank you so much. Give the live stream a like if you do. But thank you for stopping by, Peter. And this is for everybody. I mean, I welcome everybody as long as you behave in a courteous way, you don't fight with others. I boot people who fight with my participants. I usually live stream 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time, which would be your morning in Germany. That would be around 2 to 2 to 4 a.m. in Germany because I am ahead by a few hours when I am in New York. So now I'm a little behind because I am on the west side of the United States. Thank you for stopping by, Peter and Digital Gamer 007. Have I seen Digital Gamer here before? So anyway, I just thought I'd give a live update like this and share with you. Let me share one of the nice sights that we saw during our visit here. The Antelope Canyon was just amazing, unbelievable. We also got to see the Horseshoe Bend, and here is one of the shots of the Antelope Canyon that totally bowled me over. See? So this is a slot canyon in Arizona. So we had to drive towards it and then hike through. So you have options of Upper Antelope and Lower Antelope Canyon. We took Upper Antelope because the suggestion was this was more of a flat hike. So I'm not very athletic. I had to take that into consideration, and also the tour group handling it was highly recommended. I will upload the video probably during the weekend to give the tour group a review, and they were just great. We were transported to the mouth of the canyon in air-conditioned vehicles, not in open jeep, not in open. I'd say outdoor vehicles, which used to be the norm. And I was told they just shifted to the air conditioned vehicles this year because they've been getting a lot of seatbelt passengers or kids traveling with them and joining the tour. So this particular slot cabin tour we paid for or we engaged was very family friendly. And I think even older or more senior members of the family can do it as long as they can walk. So there's no climbing, but there is walking. And the more treacherous parts of the exit, once you're outside the canyon, there is a steel ramp which makes everything a whole lot easier, but there's a lot of stairs going down. So if you can see the slot canyons, this was really amazing. And then here's another shot I can share. And these walls were created by water eroding and rushing through the canyons, and it's still a work in progress. And it's just totally a sight, amazing as a sight to behold. So, if you can, this is in Page, Arizona. We did the Upper Antelope Canyon tour. Please give the live stream a thumbs up so that we can get more engagement. And that's all I really ask of people who stop by to join in. Like I said, I usually live stream in the evenings, New York time. And I usually am online around 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. So you can see the gorgeous canyons. There you go. So we walked through these. There's this is found on the Navajo Nation land. So the businesses that engage in the tours are all Navajo owned. All the tours except for one are Navajo, and the only Caucasian tour guide is actually married to a Navajo um, Nation member, and it was very heartwarming. They helped us take pictures, and it's you get to learn the history of the canyon and the people. And like I said, it was a very comfortable ride considering it was a little rough. So you have like a 20-minute rough ride from where the Navajo Nation gates are, and then they will take you to the mouth of the canyon. Let me see if I can pull that up. So this is where we entered the canyon. So see, you are ushered in groups of around 13 people, and they maintain a healthy amount of space between the groups so that you can take photos before and after. So this is the group entering before us. And then once they had entered, taken their pictures in this first cavern, this one, we were allowed in, but we kept to the side of the cavern so they can take pictures behind them. So there's a lot of opportunity to take photos of these natural wonders. And again, it's a little pricey, but I highly recommend it. So these are some of the photos taken as we entered. So this is us looking up at the entrance. And then you can see it's just so gorgeous. I mean, it's beyond description. The same day we did the Antelope Canyons, we also did the Horseshoe Bend. And that is another natural wonder that is just beyond words to describe. So this is and what was great was we were able to visit it during sunset. So it's called the Horseshoe Bend because as you can see, it curves like a horseshoe. Let me take it out there. So this was gorgeous. We arrived there just before sunset. There is a slight walk of 3/4 of a mile to the viewing deck. There's a railing where you can just take photos, and you can also walk to several points close by. And this, I think, is even a better picture. And you can wait for the sunset. Or during the day, I think the best time would be either sunrise or sunset. This is free. There is no payment for parking. You just have to walk on a lot of sandy paths. It's around 3/4 of a mile down, and then it's a very slight incline heading up. So very manageable. And I even saw some couples who were pushing strollers. So it's very doable indeed. So I would recommend this. And Zion National Park was actually over here. Let me show you. That was our first, this is our second day. Now, on the first day, we were at Zion National Park where we did a hike towards the mouth of the Narrows. So, the Narrows is a hike through a river, the Virgin River, that can be as shallow as ankle deep or as deep as up to here, waist high, or even neck high. So people do this hike carrying sticks. So these are the structures you will see behind you when you do this kind of hike. So the hike from where you get off the shuttle to the mouth of the Narrows is around an hour. So the pavement will end. There's a paved walk, so it's not hard to walk there. And then you can turn around if you don't want to go through the Narrows, which is the very wet. Oh, that's not our flight. We're traveling to DFW. I think the flight before us is boarding. So it is a very challenging hike, if you ask me. Again, I'm not a very athletic person, but I have done a bit of serious hiking maybe 2 years ago in Maine, in through Acadia National Park. Um, but if you are adventurous and athletic and do not mind walking while getting your feet wet, this might be something you might want to explore. So the problem with the Narrows is that there is always a constant danger of flash flooding. So usually they get ample warning. If the flooding is coming, you need to like get out or go back, which can be a challenge for people who are not as athletic as the task would require. But again, the scenery was just totally amazing. So this is the paved hike. It starts out as it's semi-dirt and it's semi-paved, but you know, it's been created. You see some people are carrying sticks over here, and these are people who are hoping to do the Narrows because you have to walk through pebbles and stones on the waterbed. So there is a flat walk. So you can choose to go down to the stream or parts of the river that are flowing down if you wish. There are steps to enable people to take a break or take photos. And all around, you just can't see it here, all around would be the rock formations of Zion National Park. So again, highly recommended. Families can easily do this. Kids were doing it, but it might be a bit of a struggle to put to push a stroller through the walk. So these are the structures that you will see, and you can see part of the river is on one side. So it was nice going there early in the morning because it enabled us to see the sun moving about and the shadow of the sun moving about the many rock formations. And these that you see behind me are just awesome beyond words. Let me just pull up some more photos. So of course we took a lot of photos. So here's my son by the stream. I would call it a stream at this point because there are areas where there is a very strong gush of river water flowing. So this one is one of the calmer points of the river, as you can see over there. But there's a lot of points where it's really gushing. So if you are having a little, if you have problems with your balance, that might not be something that would work well for you. So just to show you, there's a lot of rocks also along the way. So if you can see here. And still, again, the main draw of the hike is the fantastic, view of all the rock formations around you. So we did this. This is the last station of Zion National Park, which is divided into 9 stations. So let me just go. We already did the slot canyons. I've shown you that. The horseshoe bend. And then this is Bryce National Canyon. One of the wonders we were fortunate enough to see was a natural bridge. So, oh, I can't. Okay, so if you see this flat portion is actually the natural bridge. Hold a sec. Let me just find a smaller picture that shows the actual bridge. I think this one will be a better photo. So it even has sort of a keyhole, which was just amazing. If you see that. So this is viewed from a deck. The Bryce National Park has around 9 overlooks. So you don't need to go and hike far. These are very close to the road, and you can easily access it via a viewing deck. So you can take pictures here. So this is a grand spectacle of natural formations called hoodoos. Don't ask me why. And it's so huge that you can view it from many parts of the park. So I can see this from probably two to three parts of the 2 to 3 overlooks, and still have a different appreciation of the beautiful natural formations that you see. They call these hoodoos, and according to the scientists, these were formed via rainfall. So my question was, where we see those huge rock formations that form the canyons, did the land that is flatter now sink, or did these mountains rise up to form these fantastic natural formations? I need to read up on that. So in Vegas now, we were able to visit the Mob Museum, which had quite a showcase. And this is some of what we saw. There's a lot of video, a lot of exhibits, a lot of photos. They're a little gory for some people, but it was very educational and something we really appreciated. So I think I have to log out now. I might be able to do another update from Dallas Fort Worth in maybe 3 hours if we get settled for the next flight easy. But if not, I will probably see you on Friday when I will be able to do my regular live stream and hopefully be able to upload content. Again, if you like the content that I present, please do subscribe, hit the like button so that we can see each other more often. This is Pinay New Yorker. I usually live stream from New York, but today I am doing a quick update from St. George in Utah. I'm sorry if it's a little loud. I'm in the lounge, and it's where everybody is. Okay, people are checking in. So have a great day, everyone. I hope your Thursday goes well, and be kind to everyone. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.